Concerns with the award-winning new car dealer, Harry Douglas. And now, your car star, here's Harry.
Okay, silver and gold have hit new lows, so if you've been playing that gold and silver market, you better watch it. It's pretty volatile right now. You know our story on gold, but we got out of gold in 2000, right at the end of 2010 when it hit its high at 1,500. Had that great guest on the show in 2009 who convinced me that gold at $930 was going to go through the roof, and Harry bought into it. One of the best things that I ever did. But when it hit 1,500, I said, how high can it go? And so we emptied our coffers of gold and silver. Anyhow, on the show this morning, our sponsor, HealthyDriver.com. Hey, I want to thank everybody who has went to the site, signed up, HealthyDriver.com. It's going to change your life. It's going to change the way we drive in this nation. We're going to drive healthy. On the show this morning, John Griffin, who is the leader of the HealthyDriver.com movement. John, you have a guest this morning, I believe.
Yeah, good morning, Harry. I've got Dr. John Nettlerfield on the line with us today.
Yeah, and, a little proof that this works, huh?
That's right. And you know, Harry, as we talk about every week, it's all about getting healthy. Dr. John Nettlerfield is going to discuss a little bit about the pros and cons and, you know, the things that happen when we aren't healthy and are overweight. And the medical, benefits of losing weight. So, John, I'll let you take it from there, and appreciate you being on the show with us this morning.
Good morning, Harry.
Good morning. Good to have you on Car Concerns Radio USA.
Thanks, Harry. It's a real privilege to be here, and I really appreciate the invitation. I've been working with HealthyDriver.com and discussing with them the real benefits because our nation is in this huge epidemic of not just obesity, but the obesity that leads into so many other problems. For example, there's this thing we have out here called the metabolic syndrome. And the metabolic syndrome is a combination of high blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body fat around the middle. I mean, that's where do we all get it? I really liked what I heard on your show not too long ago. Let's try to increase the distance between our belly and our steering wheel.
Hey, I came up with that. Don't you think that's a genius? And it is true. You know, as I've got older myself, I've noticed that the gap between the steering wheel and my belly, that gap has shrunk. And I think we need to be dedicated to increasing that gap.
It's absolutely huge because of all the fat that's on our body. The visceral fat, which is the fancy medical name for the fat around your middle, is the fat that affects your heart the most. And so anytime we can increase that gap, we're increasing that distance, and we're changing our long-term survival, literally our long-term survival. So many times now we're having evidence on the road of car crashes where the people are wondering what in the world happened because whoever it is was driving that car isn't alive anymore. And the thing that's happening is we're having cardiac events and we're having stroke events, people in the car driving, and what's happening is the obesity has led to their cardiac disease and led to their stroke events, both of which can kill you on the spot. The scariest thing about heart disease is that there's lots of bad things about it, but the part for me that's the scariest is literally 40% of the people out there that have heart disease, that's 4 out of 10, that's almost half of them, their very first symptom is sudden death. Their very first symptom is sudden death.
That's right. So that means a lot of people don't make it to the emergency room, right?
They got no warning. It's just bang. They drop like a rock.
I mean, excuse me, Doc, but there's only so much that your body can take. That's true in anything, but your body can only take so much bad food, and we are at epidemic proportions in this country of eating unhealthy food, unhealthy diet, and that's where we're at today.
You know, it's a scary statistic when you look at where we're going. It's not just where we are steadily going the wrong direction. And another statistic that I know of that's really bad is in 10 years, well, that's 15 years. In 15 years, they predict that the national obesity rate, this is not national overweight rate. This doesn't even count the people who are just overweight. This is only the people who are obese.
But Doc, let me stop you right there, Doc. What is the difference between being overweight and being obese?
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah,
a lot of people are out there eating their Big Mac hamburgers today thinking, okay, I'm just overweight. But in actuality, they're obese.
Yeah, they are. There's a fancy definition we use in medicine using the body mass index, but an easy rule of thumb is if you're 20 pounds overweight, you're in the obese category.
Okay, that explains it.
You know,
be honest with yourself, folks. Are you 20 pounds overweight?
You know, Harry, if they want to know that, all they got to do is Google BMI, body mass index. Most every website that deals with that has a little calculator in there where you put your height and your weight in, and it calculates and lets you know what range you're in. And that's an important thing to know. If you're overweight, you probably want to lose pounds to feel better. But if you are in the obese category, you are heading for medical difficulties.
There's no question about that.
Okay.
There's no question about that. And then the statistic I was about to tell you is within 15 years, our national obesity rate is going to be 60%. That's 60%. That's almost 2/3 of the national population obese. You talk about our health care costs going up, and you talk about more problem, that gap between, they're going to have to build cars with the steering wheel pushed further back.
And, I believe they do that now. One of the reasons why they put these fancy electric seats in the car is so you can get more gut in there.
And as I was mentioning earlier, there's this metabolic syndrome thing. When we start having more of that belly fat around the middle, it increases a thing called insulin resistance. Insulin resistance happens as we have more and more fat. And what comes from insulin resistance? Pre-diabetes. What happens after that? Diabetes. What happens from the diabetes? You start losing all kinds of things. You start losing your feet. You start losing your eyesight. You start losing your all kinds of kidneys. I mean, the list of things goes on and on. People think, oh, he's just got diabetes. It's no big deal. Diabetes is a big deal. And it comes straight out of this increased insulin resistance from all this fat around our bellies.
And what we're doing here at HealthyDriver.com is, we're asking drivers, and okay, there's millions and millions of drivers in the USA. That's who I talk to every morning. I'm asking you to join me, and let's fight this driver obesity.
We all know what we've got to do. I mean, everybody knows I got to eat right, I got to eat better, I gotta move. Well, that's a pretty simple combination. To eat right and gotta move is a simple combination, but it requires a lot of discipline. A lot of discipline. And after we've been doing one thing, after we've been eating one way, after we've been sedentary for a long time, it's hard to change that. And when you can find a supplement or a product that like HealthyDriver.com has got, it makes that discipline easier. And one of the things that I was really surprised at when they showed me their products, I really and truly didn't want to see another weight loss program. I was tired of them. I'd seen dozens of them, and every time I saw somebody get on one of these things, and it didn't matter if it was a whole program where they sent you your food or they sent you supplements or whatever it was, people would lose the weight, and then all of a sudden they'd come right back again.
Yeah, it's maintenance. It's all about maintenance. Let me ask you, John, this program that I'm on, these products that I'm taking the drops, I'm drinking the drink, excuse me, and they're working. But, you know, I don't know the history of these products. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
I can, Harry. And right before the break, the little short business that I'll take here is that what we've got is a set of products that are what's called homeopathic. I think it's real important to understand what homeopathy is. Homeopathy is an ancient, well-understood selection of supplements that's even listed in the homeopathic supplement list in the United States.
Hey, Doc, I got to stop you right there. Okay. We're talking to Dr. John Nettlerfield and, of course, John Griffin down in Nashville, who is helping me with this healthydriver.com thing, folks. Hey, let's lose the weight. Let's be a healthy driver. That's what I've been talking about this for years, just not now. Healthydriver.com, healthydriver.com. I'm Harry Douglas. This is Car Concerns Radio USA. You want to give me a call, 1-855-CAR Concerns, 1-855-227-2662. I'm always here for you. Right back at you.
Take advantage of the Car Concerns Radio USA 10-year anniversary special, a 15-minute segment heard in 33 markets on a nationally syndicated radio show for only $125. This is radio that makes it economical and affordable for you to get the word out about what you do, driving your message home. It's the 10-year anniversary special, just $125 for a 15-minute airtime segment. Segments can be booked for a later date. There are limited spots available. Call Car Concerns Radio USA now, 1-855-CAR-CONCERNS. That's 855-227-2662.
Ah, the sound of small business, getting busier. Can you tell which one is using AT&T? Truth is, they all are, because businesses of all kinds can find AT&T customizable plans that fit their exact needs. Whether it's broadband, mobility, or nationwide voice, at AT&T, we can help your business get humming.
I need more receipt paper, please.
Call 1-855-877-4288 today and ask about special offers available for new small business packages. AT&T, rethink possible.
Moms of America, stand up and stop taking abuse from your kids.
I pledge never to let my kid disrespect me ever again.
I pledge to stop letting my daughter walk all over me.
I pledge to stop living in fear of my son's anger.
I pledge never to feel like a bad parent ever again. Because I'm not.
I pledge to stop letting my child's behavior control my home.
I pledge to be a mom with kids who listen, a total transformation mom.
I'm Janet Lehman, co-creator of the Total Transformation Program. We created the Total Transformation to help parents with difficult child behavior. Now I'm giving it away free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you. We'll let you keep it for free.
Call 1-800-287-9157. That's 1-800-287-9157. Call now. That's 1-800-287-9157. That's 1-800-287-9157.
With over 1 million products, Grainger's your one-stop shop to help keep your facility running. And no one has more of the best brands, like Fluke. Grainger has an enormous selection of Fluke testing tools, including the VTO2 visual thermometer, a breakthrough in temperature measurement, the brands you want, the products you need, the good-looking radio guy you love to hear. Okay, I added that part. Buy your supplies smarter. Call, visit a branch, or click Grainger.com/Fluke today. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Geico says, let's make life simpler.
You need to buy something, but you don't want to make a mistake. So what do? Scour the web? Collect sales circulars? Ask your brother-in-law? How about this? When it comes to car insurance, Geico has a 97% customer satisfaction rating. I repeat, 97%. So make it simple. Just ask a friend who has Geico. Then click or call. You could make it 98%.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Jay Farner here from Quicken Loans. We get a lot of tweets from folks that sound just like this. Jay, I bought my home in 2007. Since then, it's gone down in value. Now I owe more on my mortgage than my home is worth. Can I refinance? The answer may very well be yes. Recently, the government announced changes that may allow folks to refinance even if their home has lost value. For example, if you owe $300,000 on your mortgage, but your home's only worth $150,000, Quicken Loans may still be able to help you. Or if your current mortgage rate is higher than 3.99%, you've got to give us a call today at 800-QUICKEN. And for 3 years in a row now, J.D. Power & Associates has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. So, if your current mortgage is higher than 3.99%, or if you owe more than your home is worth, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com.
For J.D. Power & Associates award information, visit jdpower.com. Important terms and conditions apply. Calls for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Okay, folks, do you follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/car concerns? I'm tweeting throughout the day. You can follow me on Twitter, or the show on Twitter, at twitter.com/car concerns. That's CARCONCERNS. It's all one word. And then if you just want to follow my tweets personally, you can, it's twitter.com/Harry Douglas. I'm always posting good things there, especially our automotive newspaper, the Car Concerns Radio USA Reporter, comes out every morning just right after the show. Hey, if you want to know what's going on in the automotive world, hey, I want you to be a savvy car buyer. And the more you know, knowledge is power. That's what they say. And if you'll read our newspaper, you'll be full of you'll fill your trunk with automotive information. Anyhow, let's go back to my guest, Dr. Nettlerfield. He's here to explain the product that I'm using, the way I'm losing weight. Doc, continue the conversation.
Well, I was talking, Harry, about what is homeopathic. Homeopathic is taking organic and going to the whole next level. It's as if you were a fanatic organicist and you wanted to make it even more pure, because the homeopathic products are designed to be at such a low dosage that they will only enhance what your body is trying to do anyway. And what our body is trying to do anyway is to digest those carbohydrates that we incessantly eat in that next bag of French fries or that huge hoagie bun that we were having, or even for, the Mars candy bar or whatever it is. Our body is trying to process those efficiently. It can only process so much. After a while, it's got to store it. And when it stores it, it goes into that yellow fat, that visceral stuff right around your middle, closing that gap between your belly and the steering wheel.
Absolutely, and making that seatbelt a lot harder to put on. Hey, I had a doc on the show. I did healthy driver segments probably for the last 10 years. I had a doc on the show a few years ago. Can't remember his name right off the bat, but I do remember what he told me. He said the worst things, Harry, that you can put in your body, and man, I was really a big sausage a sausage biscuit man for years. He says the worst thing you can put in your body is sausage and cold cut meats. He says they don't process. They just stay down there. They turn into fat.
Whenever we eat highly processed foods, particularly highly processed fats, we're getting the fancy word for it is long-chain fatty acids that are saturated. The body can't digest those very well. And when it can't digest them, what's it got to do? It's got to store them. Where's it going to go? Right around the middle. And what that fat does is that fat is the most damaging to your cardiac system. And remember, I was saying a few minutes ago that what we need is that we all know what to do. We just need the discipline to do it. But when you use these homeopathic drops and the supplements that go with it, not only are you using the knowledge that you have, but these drops are making it a whole lot easier. We call it liquid discipline in a bottle. Liquid discipline in a bottle. Now, is it all you have to do? No. You have to make a decision. But I'll tell you what, I was a real carbo addict. As I told you, I didn't want to hear about another diet program, but I was kind of backed into this because as a physician, when somebody tells me I lost so much weight, or somebody else said I lost so much weight, John Griffin years lost 40 pounds.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what got me started. I'd go see John about every 2 weeks, And I'd walk into his office, and, he and I were about the same size. I noticed John, I really noticed it when he looked up from his desk in his face. And I said, man, I got to know what you're doing.
Hey,
and,
we used to be the same size.
Excuse me?
I said we used to be the same size.
Oh, yeah, we were fat brothers.
That's right.
and what I am taught as a physician, to ignore those stories. I'm taught to ignore the stories. It's called anecdotal information. So John may be a weirdo. It might work for him. It might not work for me. I'm taught to look for studies. And almost none of these diet programs have placebo-controlled, double-blind studies. So I was being polite, listening to them tell me about it, and as soon as I got through saying I was going to say I want to see the studies, they wouldn't have them, and then I'd have walked away. Well, by George, this company had them. Placebo-controlled, double-blind studies, and what they found out is if you followed the whole program, average weight loss for women was a half pound a day. Average weight loss for men was 2/3 of a pound a day when you followed the whole program.
Right.
Average weight loss. That means that there are a lot of people who are higher than that, but this is the average. So when you hear about stories of somebody in this program losing 60 pounds in a little over 2 months, that's an outlier. That's not normal, but it's possible. And what happens is when you use this double-blind study and you also hear the stories of all the people that have success, I was sort of backed into a corner. Okay, I guess now I'm intellectually backed into a corner. I got to try this stuff. So I did, and very shortly, for the first time in my adult life, I'm a 60-year-old, and I never, ever thought I'd be back in a pair of pants with a 34 waist again. Talk about increasing the distance to the steering wheel. I was astounded.
Oh, man. Hey, that's my goal, to get back. I've got suits, and I've got suits back when I was a new car dealer. I used to have a tailor come into my office and make these suits. And I mean, they're $3,500 suits. I couldn't even think about getting in them today.
I went back, and I've got an old tux that I bought when I was a young man. And I thought, ain't no way I'm going to fit into this thing. It was actually loose. I couldn't believe it.
Anyhow, it works. Hey, folks, what we're telling you about, healthydriver.com. Hey, I want to thank Dr. John Netterfield. I want to thank John Griffin for being on the show this morning. Anything you guys want to close with here?
Harry, let me just interject this, and I'll let Dr. John close. But if your listeners will go to healthydriver.com, if they will follow us on Facebook and join in the conversation. A lot of folks, they're naysayers. It's like, prove it to me, like Dr. John said. Go in, like us on Facebook, follow the conversation, see others that are doing the program with us. And, Harry, once again, we're proud to be a sponsor on your show, and that's healthydriver.com. Thank you so much.
Hey, I tell you what, it's been tremendous. Hey, Dr. Netterfield, I want to thank you for being with us this morning. John, it's always great to have you on the show. Hey, if we can get more, like I tweeted last night, I said, have you ever looked over to the driver to the right of you, seen him gobbling down a hamburger, looked in the rearview mirror and seen a driver gulping down one of those large soda drinks? Hey, this is going to take it away from you. It really does kill the appetite for these unhealthy foods, folks. Hey, and it gives you plenty of energy. I don't know if you noticed it, but the last 2 weeks I talk a lot faster on the show. Hey, guys, thanks for being with me. This is Car Concerns Radio. When your money's on the line, call the line that's on the money. It's 1-877-55-CAR Concerns. Right back after the break.
Take advantage of the Car Concerns Radio USA 10-year anniversary special. A 15-minute segment heard in 33 markets on a nationally syndicated radio show for only $125. This is radio that makes it economical and affordable for you to get the word out about what you do. Driving your message home. It's the 10-year anniversary special. Just $125 for a 15-minute airtime segment. Segments can be booked for a later date. There are limited spots available. Call Car Concerns Radio USA now. 1-855-CAR-CONCERNS. That's 855-227-2662.
Ah, the sound of small business getting busier. Can you tell which one is using AT&T? Truth is, they all are, because businesses of all kinds can find AT&T customizable plans that fit their exact needs. Whether it's broadband, mobility, or nationwide voice, at AT&T, we can help your business get humming.
I need more receipt paper, please.
Call 1-855-877-4288 today and ask about special offers available for new small business packages. AT&T, rethink possible.
Moms of America, stand up and stop taking abuse from your kids.
I pledge never to let my kid disrespect me ever again.
I pledge to stop letting my daughter walk all over me.
I pledge to stop living in fear of my son's anger.
I pledge never to feel like a bad parent ever again. Because I'm not.
I pledge to stop letting my child's behavior control my home.
I pledge to be a mom with kids who listen, a total transformation mom.
I'm Janet Lehman, co-creator of the Total Transformation Program. We created the Total Transformation to help parents with difficult child behavior. Now I'm giving it away free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you. We'll let you keep it for free.
Call 1-800-287-9157. That's 1-800-287-9157. Call now. That's 1-800-287-9157. That's 1-800-287-9157.
With over 1 million products, Grainger's your one-stop shop to help keep your facility running. And no one has more of the best brands, like Fluke. Grainger has an enormous selection of Fluke testing tools, including the VTO2 visual thermometer, a breakthrough in temperature measurement. The brands you want, the products you need, the good-looking radio guy you love to hear. Okay, I added that part. Buy your supplies smarter. Call, visit a branch, or click Grainger.com/Fluke today. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Geico says, let's make life simpler.
You need to buy something, but you don't want to make a mistake. So what do? Scour the web? Collect sales circulars? Ask your brother-in-law? How about this? When it comes to car insurance, Geico has a 97% customer satisfaction rating. I repeat, 97%. So make it simple. Just ask a friend who has Geico. Then click or call. You could make it 98%.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Jay Farner here from Quicken Loans. We get a lot of tweets from folks that sound just like this. Jay, I bought my home in 2007. Since then, it's gone down in value. Now I owe more on my mortgage than my home is worth. Can I refinance? The answer may very well be yes. Recently, the government announced changes that may allow folks to refinance even if their home has lost value. For example, if you owe $300,000 on your mortgage, but your home's only worth $150,000, Quicken Loans may still be able to help you. Or if your current mortgage rate is higher than 3.99%, you've got to give us a call today at 800-QUICKEN. And for 3 years in a row now, J.D. Power & Associates has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. So, if your current mortgage is higher than 3.99%, or if you owe more than your home is worth, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com.
For J.D. Power & Associates award information, visit jdpower.com. Important terms and conditions apply. Calls for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
Harry Douglas of Car Concerns Radio has been helping the American motorist with their auto financing problems since 2008 when the American Motorist Vote Campaign was founded. Thousands of American motorists have not only lost their jobs in this economy, but they've also lost their homes and vehicles due to repossession. If you are behind on your payments and facing possible repossession of your automobile, you need to contact Car Concerns Consulting, 1-865-622-3032. Harry's always looking out for you. Harry has financed thousands of vehicles for the retail automotive consumer over the years as an award-winning new car dealer. If anyone knows the ins and outs of automobile financing, it's Harry. Let Harry put these unknown banking loopholes to work for you. If you need the auto financing fix, just call Harry. 1-865-622-3032.
Okay, here we are back with Car Concerns Radio USA, rolling right through the program today. Hey, watch us on Ustream.tv. We're there every single morning starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Of course, you can go to Lifestyle Talk Radio Network, lifestyletalkradio.com, and catch the live internet stream of the show every single morning if you happen not to be in one of the great radio markets that we're broadcasting in. And, of course, you can always go to carconcerns.com and catch it, too. We also put out the greatest automotive news today newspaper, online newspaper, that you'll ever read. And it comes out every single morning with all new material, all new automotive stories. I'm reading from it this morning, right now, off the show. This comes from our good friend. We have some of the best automotive journalists in the world contributing to the Car Concerns newsletter, or newspaper, the Car Concerns Radio USA Reporter. I should say it right. And this comes from our good friend Dave Shepperson, who is the Washington bureau chief for the Detroit News up in Washington, D.C. Stays on top of all this stuff. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration statement on the Chrysler announcement regarding action on the 1993 through 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokees and the 2002 through 2007 Jeep Liberties. And Dave put this out. This comes straight from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Ray LaHood, in his last days as the overseer of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, has got a real debacle on his hands here, and he's trying to diffuse it. He had a secret meeting with Chrysler's Italian CEO and CEO of Fiat, Sergio Marchionne, had a secret meeting. Why did they have to make it secret? Why didn't they just put it out in the open? But anyhow, they had a secret meeting to come up with a resolution. I don't know if you've listened to the show regular, but Sergio Marchionne said that when the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration called for this recall, he said, screw you. We're not going to recall these 2.7 million Jeep Grand Cherokees and Jeep Liberties. We don't believe that there is a design flaw, even though 51 American motorists have went up in flames in these Jeeps as if a car bomb had been on there. They were hit in the rear end and the cars exploded. Everything in it, all the people, all the pets, anything in these Jeeps perished right there on the side of the road. And there's some incredible pictures out there people took of these Jeeps as they burn. And if you'll go online, you can find them. But anyhow, in a statement on the Chrysler announcement regarding action on the 93 through 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokees and 2002 through 2007, and my son owns one of these Jeeps, and he loves it. But, I'm telling him to go to his nearest Jeep dealer and sit there in the service lane and demand satisfaction. The fix that they come up with was to add a trailer hitch. Now, if you ask me, a trailer hitch has under the underpinning, it has metal support that goes on the rear end, so whatever you tow can be pulled by that vehicle. If you ask me, it's just a push rod to help the explosion along. A detonator, if you will. But anyhow, the statement attributable to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration regarding the announcement made by the Chrysler Group, LLC, pertaining to the model year 1993 through 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokees and the model year 2002 through 2007 Jeep Liberty vehicles, here's the announcement. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's top priority is safety, including a recall of vehicles when supported by our data. As such, we are pleased that Chrysler has agreed to take action to protect its customers and the driving public. Consumers impacted by the safety recall and customer satisfaction campaign should have their vehicles serviced promptly once they receive the notification from Chrysler. In the meantime, the investigation remains open, pending completion of the agency's review. Okay, there's a lot in that paragraph right there, and it goes on here. I'm going to read some of the rest of it. There's a lot in there that I disagree with. Consumers impacted by the safety recall and customer satisfaction campaign should have their vehicles serviced promptly once they receive notice from Chrysler. Hey, I'm calling on Chrysler. These vehicles are dangerous. You've seen car bombs in Baghdad. You've seen car bombs on the news in Afghanistan. Well, these vehicles are no different except for the fact that they're rolling down our roads, rolling down our highways, rolling down our interstates as we speak. I mean, you have to look around and you have to really concentrate and see if you are beside or behind. Lord help you if you're behind one of these Jeep Grand Cherokees or Liberties. Should you hit this vehicle in the back, not only will that vehicle explode, and they're saying a major impact, and I call a major impact anything over 30 miles an hour. Maybe even I've seen cars totaled on a 20-mile-an-hour collision. So they've endangered not only the drivers of these Jeeps with this recall, with this incomplete recall, but they've also, and what this does is it saves Chrysler millions of dollars. This recall, 2.7 million of these vehicles still rolling on the road. That will cost Chrysler millions of dollars, and that's what Sergio Marchionne is all upset about. He's worrying about the dollars. He's not worrying about his customers. And I tell you what, if you're out there and you're fixing to buy a new car and you're considering a Chrysler product, well, I would just think twice. These people, these Italians don't care about American motorists. They don't care if they're driving car bombs. Now, I've advised my son what to do, and I'll let you know how that works out. But if you want my advice, and I don't want to give it on this radio show because, hey, Auburn Hills, those guys up at Chrysler, they listen to this show every day. As does General Motors, as does Ford, as does Toyota, as does Nissan down there in Franklin, Tennessee. I love Nissan, but, those people are not good friends with me because I tell the truth about automobiles. I tell the truth about the car buying process, which is criminal it's outright criminal. I commend Tesla on what they're trying to do, but up in New York where they're trying to open a store up, a dealership up, New York legislatures have denied Tesla the right to open the store and operate it like they want to. Tesla dealerships are factory operated. The people that run these Tesla dealerships are hired by Tesla, not by independent dealers. So 100% factory store, and I think that's the way we'll end up in 10 years. That remains to be seen, but my hat's off to Tesla. Their stock's up today. It's up to 1 of 4. I think it goes higher, folks. buy Tesla. I know it's a lot per share, but I think it'll go. I think by the end of this year, it'll be in the 130 range. I'm Harry Douglas. This is Car Concerns Radio. We'll come back and close the show out right after this short, beautiful break. Always stay with me at carconcerns.com. Right back.
Take advantage of the Car Concerns Radio USA 10-year anniversary special, a 15-minute segment heard in 33 markets on a nationally syndicated radio show for only $125. This is radio that makes it economical and affordable for you to get the word out about what you do, driving your message home. It's the 10-year anniversary special, just $125 for a 15-minute airtime segment. Segments can be booked for a later date. There are limited spots available. Call Car Concerns Radio USA now, 1-855-CAR-CONCERNS. That's 855-227-2662.
Ah, the sound of small business, getting busier. Can you tell which one is using AT&T? Truth is, they all are, because businesses of all kinds can find AT&T customizable plans that fit their exact needs. Whether it's broadband, mobility, or nationwide voice, at AT&T, we can help your business get humming.
I need more receipt paper, please.
Call 1-855-877-4288 today and ask about special offers available for new small business packages. AT&T, rethink possible.
Moms of America, stand up and stop taking abuse from your kids.
I pledge never to let my kid disrespect me ever again.
I pledge to stop letting my daughter walk all over me.
I pledge to stop living in fear of my son's anger.
I pledge never to feel like a bad parent ever again. Because I'm not.
I pledge to stop letting my child's behavior control my home.
I pledge to be a mom with kids who listen, a total transformation mom.
I'm Janet Lehman, co-creator of the Total Transformation Program. We created the Total Transformation to help parents with difficult child behavior. Now I'm giving it away free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you. We'll let you keep it for free.
Call 1-800-287-9157. That's 1-800-287-9157. Call now. That's 1-800-287-9157. That's 1-800-287-9157.
With over 1 million products, Grainger's your one-stop shop to help keep your facility running. And no one has more of the best brands, like Fluke. Grainger has an enormous selection of Fluke testing tools, including the VTO2 visual thermometer, a breakthrough in temperature measurement. The brands you want, the products you need, the good-looking radio guy you love to hear. Okay, I added that part. Buy your supplies smarter. Call, visit a branch, or click Grainger.com/Fluke today. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Geico says, let's make life simpler.
You need to buy something, but you don't want to make a mistake. So what do? Scour the web? Collect sales circulars? Ask your brother-in-law? How about this? When it comes to car insurance, Geico has a 97% customer satisfaction rating. I repeat, 97%. So make it simple. Just ask a friend who has Geico. Then click or call. You could make it 98%.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Jay Farner here from Quicken Loans. We get a lot of tweets from folks that sound just like this. Jay, I bought my home in 2007. Since then, it's gone down in value. Now I owe more on my mortgage than my home is worth. Can I refinance? The answer may very well be yes. Recently, the government announced changes that may allow folks to refinance even if their home has lost value. For example, if you owe $300,000 on your mortgage, but your home's only worth $150,000, Quicken Loans may still be able to help you. Or if your current mortgage rate is higher than 3.99%, you've got to give us a call today at 800-QUICKEN. And for 3 years in a row now, J.D. Power & Associates has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. So, if your current mortgage is higher than 3.99%, or if you owe more than your home is worth, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com.
For J.D. Power & Associates award information, visit jdpower.com. Important terms and conditions apply. Calls for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Harry Douglas of Car Concerns Radio has been helping the American motorist with their auto financing problem since 2008, when the American Motorist Vote Campaign was founded. Thousands of American motorists have not only lost their jobs in this economy, but they've also lost their homes and vehicles due to repossession. If you are behind on your payments and facing possible repossession of your automobile, you need to contact Car Concerns Consulting, 1-865-622-3700. 3032. Harry's always looking out for you. Harry has financed thousands of vehicles for the retail automotive consumer over the years as an award-winning new car dealer. If anyone knows the ins and outs of automobile financing, it's Harry. Let Harry put these unknown banking loopholes to work for you. If you need the auto financing fix, just call Harry. 1-865-622-3032.
Okay, don't forget, you can tweet us at twitter.com/car concerns all throughout the day. Hey, we monitor that as we sit in the studio. Let's see, we've got about a dozen car calls lined up today. People who want to talk about the deal that they dream about getting at the dealership this weekend. If you're a ready-to-buy retail automotive consumer, I highly advise that you invest a little bit of money and talk to a dealer who's been there and done that. I was a dealer for over 25 years, folks. Spent every day at the dealership, 12, 13, 14 hours a day. You know what I did on my off days? I'd go to the auction and buy cars for my pre-owned program cars. Yeah, I spent my day off. I didn't go golfing. I spent it at a stupid auction with a bunch of crooks. I mean, that's the biggest liars convention on the earth, is an automobile auction. You know, a lot of you will call me and ask me if I can take you to an auction to get you a car. Trust me, you don't want to go to an automobile auction and buy you a used car. These guys are like Picasso with a painting. They can take a car, make it look like the best thing in the world, like the best automobile in the world. They can shine it up. They can fix little things on it. And in 90 days, that car will. I used to compare them to popsicles. You know, a popsicle looks good coming out of the wrapper, but you let it sit there for a little while, and the daggone thing will just flat melt on you. And that's what some of these cars that I'd go to the auction, I'd say, man, I stole this car. We're going to make a lot of money on it. Well, they'd sit there for 60 days. I didn't know why, but the daggone thing was a lemon. And they'd sit there and start falling apart right on the lot. So you don't want to go to the auction. Trust me. I've been there. I've done that. And you just don't want to do it. You don't pay some dealer $500 so you can tag along at the auction to and buy a car that will be a complete nightmare to you. Kind of like eBay Motors. I get a lot of eBay motor nightmare stories in here. I can always remember the lady in Chicago who bought her son a Ford Explorer, and the seller was in New York, somewhere around New York City. Sent the guy a check before she'd ever seen the vehicle. Sent him a check thinking that, okay, it's eBay Motors, everything's got to be good. Sent him a check for the vehicle. He never delivered the vehicle to her. She tried to go get it. She couldn't even find the place. She got screwed. eBay Motors. Hey, don't do it. I know eBay's got a good name, but, as far as buying an automobile on eBay Motors, buyer beware. Buyer beware. Okay, one of the things I wanted to get in on this show before we depart here is car hacking threat prompts new effort by auto regulator. I've talked about this on the show before. If you have a new automobile, and I'm saying 2006 and up, the daggone thing comes with a black box, just like in an airplane. It records every move that car makes. If there's a malfunction in the car, it is a good thing. They can go back and read the recorder and know when it malfunctioned. And, they can fix it. But it's a bad thing in that it invades your privacy. It tells the people who read this black box, it tells them everywhere you go. Now, did you go somewhere that you shouldn't? I don't know. But it's nobody's business but your own. And so I'm calling on everybody that's driving a 2007 and up to call your auto. Oh, wow. And if you've got OnStar on your vehicle, I used to be a big fan of OnStar. But OnStar, and I've been up to the OnStar Command Center up at the Renren Center up in Detroit, world headquarters for General Motors, Tower 400. One day you should infiltrate that place. Go up to the OnStar. Well, you'll have to get past security. But try to get to the OnStar Command Center in Tower 400. I don't know. I think it's on like floor 16, something like that. I used to do the show at the Detroit International Automobile Show. OnStar would invite me to do the show every year during the Detroit Automobile Show, International Automobile Show. They'd invite me to do car concerns there every morning. They treated me like a king. It was great. I used to rave about our OnStar, but now I know what they're up to. They're picking. They're even selling information about where you shop, where you drive that car to. They're watching you every single minute. And how do I know this? I used to always brag about their hands-off phone system. Where you could just push the OnStar button, tell the operator the number you wanted, and she would connect you to that number without you ever taking your hands off the steering wheel. Fantastic. Then one day, evidently they screwed up, and they called me and wanted to know if my problems had been resolved with OnStar. They had recorded every word I said during a conversation with one of their service people. It wasn't pretty. But anyhow, here's what I'm telling you. If you're driving a General Motors car and you got OnStar on there, hey, you need to disconnect it. You don't need to subscribe to it. You need to disconnect it. You think it's a great service, but it's just invading your privacy. I promise you that. And anyhow, I wanted to get in this, rising hacking risk for drivers as the cars become increasingly powered and connected to computers have prompted U.S. auto safety regulator to start a new office focusing on the threat. You're being recorded everywhere you drive, folks. Anyhow, I'm going to try to get somebody from this office, this U.S. auto regulatory safety place, on the show in the morning. I'm Harry Douglas, Car Concerns Radio. It's great being with you. Stay with me 24/7, carconcerns.com. And don't forget to read our paper, the Car Concerns Radio USA Reporter. It's coming out right now, a new edition every single morning. Subscribe and have it come to your inbox, and you can be one of the most savvy retail automotive consumers on the planet.
The opinions you hear on the Business Talk Radio Network are those of the host, callers, and guests, and not necessarily those of this station, Business Talk Radio Network, its management, or advertisers. The information on the Business Talk Radio Network does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or securities.